toolbox belonged to my wife's granddad. He just recently passed away. It's possible that it was his dad's. I want to know, what do you do with a toolbox like this? After my wife's granddad passed away, there were several things that my wife really liked and wanted, like his old tractor and a sewing machine that belonged to her great, maybe even great-great-grandmother. We're not sure, but it's in mint condition. But I found this old toolbox in the back of the barn, and nobody really wanted it, so I decided to take it home and clean it up and see if I could use it. It looks like it came from World War II or maybe Vietnam. I'm not real sure. If somebody knows, leave it in the comments. But I really like the idea of cleaning this up and reusing it. I'm a big fan of nostalgia and reusing things, but reusing them in a way that's actually usable. I don't like just storing a bunch of stuff that's not worth storing. But I really like this box, and it seems like it's really well made and a quality box. As I clean this box up, I got to thinking about my grandchildren or someone that knew me digging through my shop and pulling out old tools, and I was thinking, would there be anything worth taking out? Would there be anything that would cause them to remember me, and maybe would there be anything that they would remember something good about me? But I would also like to think that the things that they find would be still usable, like this box. It would be a tool that would actually still be a good tool, because I really like the idea of someone being able to use something, not just hanging it on the wall. And I remember my dad better when I can use something that he used to use. It makes me think of him. I have an old soldering gun that I got from his shop after he died, and just every time I get to use it, I always think back to him using that, and I feel like that's a better memory than just having it sit somewhere. I didn't know my wife's granddad as well as I would have liked to, but I know that he was a really good man, and everyone spoke really highly of him. He seemed like a very godly man, and he seemed like a very loving man, and a very kind man. And I was thinking that when I die, I would like people to think of me as a kind man and a loving man, and really I would like people to think of me a lot like he was. I often think when I start to work on something like this, or even when I'm at work and doing something that I don't enjoy, I always tell myself that one verse, do all things as unto the Lord. And when I can tell myself that, then it really doesn't matter what I'm doing. I feel like I can give my all, and I feel like I can give passion to that. Not only that, I have found that has made my life so much better. Just having that level of appreciation and just starting every day with that level of gratitude that says, this is the Lord's day and I'm giving that day to Him. And so everything that I do, I can do with passion and I can do with pride. And I find that it actually makes everything I do a lot more pleasurable, because all of a sudden it doesn't matter if I'm messing up. It doesn't matter if I don't get it just right. All that matters is I gave that day to Him, and it's just a good day. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this yet. I've considered using it for an extra toolbox in my shop, considered using it for organization. I even thought about using it in my shop for bolts and screws and organizing things like that. The more I think that I really have grown to like these, I made this welding rod can bolt bin, essentially. I made one of them, and I really like it. It's so handy, it's super light, and it's easy to get around, and I think I would rather stick to this because I want to be able to pick something up and carry my bolts around, screws, whatever, carry it to wherever I'm working. So I'm not sold on what I'm going to do with it yet, and I'm not sold on where I'm going to go with it. But I'd love to hear y'all's opinion, where I should go with it. For now, I'm going to put it over here in this mechanics section, and I'm thinking I'm going to use it for maybe like parts and things like that. I have, because I don't know for sure if I want to use it as mechanic tools. It doesn't have the really nice sliding trays, but this old school technology, I mean, it is pretty nice. It does, it's pretty darn smooth, but I don't know for sure because it does drop down, and so I don't think I want to use it kind of like a traditional tool chest, because I don't know that I want it, you know, dropping down like that and everything. But I do like, there are parts of me that likes the idea of it being right here and putting like some old gaskets that I've had, or O-rings, things like that. I might even would put my electrical, other like little electrical stuff in here. I don't know yet. I'm playing with the idea. I do want over here somewhere some type of small work surface. I have a lot of work surfaces here in the shop. I've been very blessed in that. And so any larger thing I'll probably take to something else. But I kind of like the idea of having some kind of a work surface that gives me a little bit of room when I'm just doing something small right here. And so I may use that. This right here is nice. It's a great rolling cart, but it's not necessarily, you know, you're not necessarily going to do everything on there. You're not necessarily going to do heavier stuff. So I am considering that. I'm also wondering, should I throw casters on it, make it where I can roll it around, or should it be more of a stationary box? Y'all drop all that in the comments, guys. Let me know kind of what your thoughts on it. What would you do? Would you paint it? Would you put casters? Would you turn it into a toolbox? Would this kind of be a lesser used box? Would you put it here on this wall? Would you put it over there on that wall? I don't know yet. I'm going to play with it all, but I really want to hear y'all's thoughts on that. So for now, that's where I'll put it. I'll just play with it, see what I like. One thing I've learned about my shop is I don't mind playing with the stuff. I don't mind moving it around and seeing just what flows better, what works better. I try to just take my time and figure out exactly where I want it. So y'all let me know in the comments. Like it better on that wall, this wall, or should I throw it in my container somewhere? Should I use it in my leather shop once I get that set? What do y'all think? All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget, like and subscribe.